Look, I'm doing it. I'm podcasting.
We're doing it. We're back. Well,
get the camera. We're
get the T-Taurus.
Welcome to Scrub Mode, the podcast that sits at the intersection of gaming and monsters. My name is Julio. I'm with my two friends, John and Ryan.
Hi, I'm John. I do the research.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Ryan. I'm just glad to be here.
We're glad to have you.
I'm just glad to be here too, honestly. But yeah. I guess I edit and do some stuff. But anyway.
You produce. You could call it producing. You do a lot.
I produce this podcast. But it's great to be here with my two friends. I'm back from vacation. You guys didn't feel it because the magic of editing and all that.
But for us, we are finally back.
Yeah.
We're so back.
We're so back, guys.
We're so back.
Good segue. You know what else is fucking back?
Aliens.
UFOs.
Oh,
UFOs.
Nice.
UAPs,
UFOs.
you mean?
Yeah, or AATIP.
What's that one?
It's like the aerial... I have to look it up. They keep changing the name because people are like, oh, that shit means UFOs. And you guys are kind of doing some goofy shit, right? And they're like, it's real.
Yeah.
So they changed the name.
We're serious, damn it.
I almost shook my headphones off there.
Was it UAPs? Like, UAPs to me, like, I just kind of conjectured that meant like unidentified aerial phenomena or something.
Yeah, that's
like
correct.
That. Is that right? Okay.
Yeah, you got it.
That's correct.
Okay.
You were correct,
government.
sir.
Congress looked into it, and Congress said, hey, investigate this. And the agencies were like, I don't think there are UFOs, you guys.
Not
Which is
again.
like very funny
UFOs?
to me.
There's no UFOs, John? Santa Claus isn't real?
No, I mean...
No, we got the Santa Claus tracker, so he's...
We do have the Santa Claus tracker. That's NORAD.
Good old NORAD.
We look for missiles and we look out for Santa Clauses.
Yeah.
We love NORAD. He's our homie.
NORAD's one dude.
Yeah. There's one dude who's looking after Santa and missiles.
Yeah.
Did you guys read the fucking report? Did you skim it? Did you read the Reuters article?
A little bit, yeah.
I like the part at the
I
end where they just gave you a concise list of like, we don't think these are UFOs. Here's all the secret military technology that used to be secret that people thought were UFOs that we know is us.
Yeah.
So that's a very helpful list at the back.
Yeah.
My favorite one is that there's an image of a guy in a suit pointing backwards to a screen that has one of the UFO videos on it.
Yeah.
And he looks very, like, content with himself.
He does.
He's like, this isn't real. Or maybe it is. It isn't.
It's very funny to me because, like, we I don't know if you guys know this, but we've actually had two other government reports on whether or not UFOs exist.
Oh, yeah?
And
are they both conflicting?
No, they all said the same shit. Like, there was the Blue Book report and the condensed.
We can neither confirm nor deny.
Well, they were both like, we don't think
they exist.
Oh, my wife.
99% of it is explainable, and the 1% that's not, we can't explain it. But like, come on, what are the fucking odds it's aliens, my guy?
Yeah,
what reports
the 1%
basically
that
say.
we cannot explain it, we've decided, let's lean on the side of reality here.
Yeah. Look,
So
man, that's what the reptilians want.
Yeah, okay, that's sort of my point.
One, that's what the reptilians want, and two, how dare you? We could be magicians by now.
Yeah, if we'd only listened to the Tall Whites, which is definitely not a racially charged name for a group of
No,
aliens
not at
invented by
Not
a guy
at
who
all.
is an avowed like Nazi. Anyway,
Ugh.
yeah,
Gross.
yeah, it sucks. It sucks, dude. We're in a dumb timeline. I will say
dumb.
though,
So dumb.
you were joking about this is what the reptilians want you to think, but like when the police investigate themselves, they're like, we find no wrongdoing. I'm like, okay, well, obviously that's bullshit. So like,
That's wrong.
I don't know if I trust the spooks investigating themselves and saying like, yeah, we're not hiding anything because they're spooks.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
The CIA is like
They're
that shit like that
reptilian
before. Doesn't
They're
mean it's
reptilian
UFOs.
creatures
but-
in human skin, and they're telling us that the UFOs that crashed, that are visiting the Earth regularly, are not UFOs. How can I believe them?
I do think it's really funny though that like basically, like, every time a UFO video comes out, people debunk it in a week, but because Congress doesn't know how to use the internet, people my dad's age still show up and tell them it's UFOs, and they believe it.
Yeah.
Like, people are like, well, what's this weird floating cube? And it's like, okay, so this looks a lot like a UFO, but it's actually a radar jammer. We know what that is. Okay, well, what's this floating pyramid? That's bokeh. That's because, like, the lens has an aperture on it that makes a triangle, so any lights in the camera kind of look like triangles. Okay, well, what's this weird floating jellyfish? Oh, that's a Batman party balloon. Like, they're all...
But to be fair, if a man like your father with his lunchbox hands came up to me and told me UFOs were real,
I don't know if I want to dox myself, so don't say too much more on this, but there is a famous UFO scientist with my name based off my father's likeness when he was really into SETI. So, you know.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
it's you from the future.
Yeah, you better believe that, like, during the hardest parts of getting my fucking grad school degree, I was like, I'm gonna be Dr. O soon. I'm gonna have that name of that character from that shitty movie.
Yo.
And I'm furious that my brother is going to achieve his doctorate before me, so that he'll be Dr. O before I will be.
He'll be Dr. O before you.
Oh no.
It's okay. You
I'm
two
really
can,
proud of him. He's doing good work.
You two can pair up. You two can pair up, and you can call yourselves the Brothers O.
Yeah. Maybe we should. It'd be a not very effective team up, though, because like what's
much like the Venture Brothers, calling ourselves the O Brothers was a mistake.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. I didn't even put that together. Fuck.
That was good.
Yeah. Can you imagine though, like a team? Like, I love my brother, but he's a space cadet, and I'm a little anxiety guy. Nothing's gonna get done.
Your brother's gonna have to calm you down.
Yeah.
The entire time.
Yeah.
That'd make for an amazing Johnny Quest type show, though.
not to like make it dark, but my brother has survived 2 or 3 terrorist attacks at this point by simply dumb luck and wandering in the right direction.
Wow,
nice. Horrifying, but nice.
Yeah. And yet I'm the one who keeps getting stopped on airplanes because I took Arabic.
Oh.
Anyway, what else is going on? Should we jump into the script?
I guess so.
More
yeah.
UFO thoughts.
UFO thoughts, so many. I have all of the UFO thoughts.
Hit me.
Oh man. All I'm saying is, like, anyone who's like doesn't want to believe the government isn't going to believe the government. I feel like.
Yeah.
That's what the AARO stands for.
What?
It stands for All Domain Anomaly Resolution Office.
Yeah.
Oh.
Which, to be honest, that sounds even more suspicious than the Men in Black. It's
Anomaly Resolution Office sounds like what is it, SCP? Like, it's so close to being a...
It's so close to the SCP Foundation.
It sounds like a DC or Marvel comic, like, government office, where it's just like, if they were just moving a little bit more, if they created like a universe series of comics where it's like a little bit more reality grounded, and it's just like, we're investigating this superhuman that goes around and phases through walls.
You better trademark that shit, because someone's already writing that comic now.
Yeah, the all domain anomaly resolution office. They receive requests and they look into it.
Yeah.
Ooh. Interesting. Oh man, what is this a Monster Manual episode?
Yeah, I got some Monster Manual stuff, but don't worry, it'll fit well with our UFO shit, because this is maybe the dumbest monster in the Monster Manual. Not to peek early.
Let's go.
Maybe the fucking dumbest monster, and maybe the fucking dumbest cryptid.
The Flumph.
The
come
Flumph.
on, we love them.
Yeah, you wanna speak to that, Ryan? You wanna hype up our little
No.
mylar balloon ass jellyfish guy?
It's a great name. It
is a good name.
It's a great name. Flumph. The Flumph. It's like it's Seussian. It's Dr. Seussian.
Yeah, that's a good point. You want to try to describe this fucked up little freak? This nasty guy.
It's a weird dude.
I don't even know.
Just visually.
It's jellyfish-like.
It's a jellyfish with eye stalks and a big stupid
Batman
Muppet mouth.
balloon-like.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's essentially a jellyfish with like thorns on the tip of its tendrils, a strange maybe mouth on the top of its head, quote unquote, with eye stalks like a snail.
Like,
it's some kind of jellyfish monster.
This ugly little guy. Okay, so it's got googly eyes too. I have to say,
it really does got googly eyes. It is alien, yeah. It reminds me very much of
like flying spaghetti monster levels of like.
That is exactly what it looks like. Actually, you're so right.
Flying spaghetti monster, and like it reminds me of the Martians from Metal Slug.
Oh, that's a good pull too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So these guys. Are you ready for some batshit, like really weird D&D shit?
Yeah, bring it on.
All right, so these are one of the very, very few good aligned creatures who live in the Underdark.
Ooh.
These are good guys. They're little sweet boys.
They're little
friends.
Little guys.
They're little guys. They can change their colors to reflect their moods, like a mood ring.
Okay.
Nice.
You can tell this was written in the 70s. They're wise, they're intelligent, they're kind, and they're well-versed in philosophy. So a lot like my brother.
Yeah.
He is not a flume.
I mean...
But if he would be...
Can you disprove it? Can I see some evidence?
I can't. You're so right.
They're also communists, so I don't know if we're up to putting in the fucking Soviet national anthem, Julio, but just throw that sting in there.
For 2 seconds. Play the trumpet for just a little bit.
Somebody saying Soyuz as loud as they can, the first word.
Yeah. Just jump scare him with the orchestra trumpets.
Yeah. Soyuz. So yes, they live in cloisters where there is no leader because they don't need leaders because they all work together and live together in harmonious teamwork.
Mm.
And they wax poetic.
Yeah. They live in a utopia, but because they live underground, they're constantly in trouble because there's all those bad purple guys with slaves that hate them.
Yeah.
Pick any bad purple slave guy.
Right.
There's tons of them.
They're all dudes that for some reason got really angry, turned purple, and started enslaving.
What are they called again? I forgot.
Pick anyone.
Yeah, just pick anyone.
Bin, Dwergar, Mind Flayers.
Dwergar, that's who I was thinking
Wow, there's tons of these little nasties down there.
They all turn a little purple. They all enslave a lot.
Yep.
And you're telling me our little jellyfish friends have to deal with these guys?
Yeah, because you see, Ryan, our little sweet little ugly jellyfish boys, they're harmless. They can't do shit.
Oh man.
Though hideous, they have no actual offensive powers.
Yeah, so what they eat is psychic energy, but not enough to hurt anybody. Nice. They just sort of skim up off the top. They just take the edge off.
They just kind of nibble.
Yeah. They don't want to hurt anyone. They just want to eat up some of your bad feelings.
I see.
Yeah. And so, like,
much like the time where you just skim a little bit off the top of a
don't perjure yourself.
Snack pack.
Oh, okay, snack pack. I thought you were going to say cash register.
No. You just skim off the top of a snack pack. Get that little pudding skin off.
Yeah. Before you hand it to your partner.
They just want the little top of the pudding skin.
Look. No one's going to know if 1 or 2 fries are missing. Okay? You can take 1 or 2 puddings.
Just hand them 1 nugget.
Yeah.
Most people don't count. They don't eat, they don't keep a count in their head when they're eating. So they eat 9. It's not like they notice.
Also, no offense to minimum wage workers at any fast food restaurant, I fuck up, Sometimes I fuck stuff up. I'm sure they fuck stuff up too.
All the time. It's okay.
I've gotten too few nuggies as many times as I've gotten too many nuggies,
Yeah.
Who's to say?
It balances out. It balances out.
Anyway, so sometimes they eat the thoughts of evil creatures and they read the evil creatures' minds and they're like, oh no shit, I'm just a little guy. I'm a little soft ooh bean. I need to go get some adventures to kick this dude's ass.
Oh. He's like, oh, he's planning something evil. Oh.
Uh-oh. It's like opening a fortune cookie and being like, uh-oh.
And the fortune cookie just says, I'm going to destroy the world. It's like,
yeah.
Except now they're cursed with this knowledge and they have to go find someone who won't immediately stomp on them.
Exactly. But luckily for Flumphs is like, as they're just skimming off the top, that means they also can tell like who's a real good guy. So they'll go find some real good adventures to go save the day. It is, I have no idea how you could use them other than in that context. They're just little ugly quest givers for your party that like kind of beat the fuck out of before they're like, wait, I'm a good guy. Look at my Muppet mouth. You gotta save me. And then feel bad about it and then go kick the mind player.
I can only imagine them moving around like a sock puppet.
Yes. Oh my god. I can't. In my mind's eye, these guys get that Muppet skin. They got that felt, you know?
Yeah.
They're just going,
kind of like the
no.
Like the which the ones that go whoop.
Oh yes. The Yip-Yips? The Martians?
The Yip-Yips? I think, yeah, those guys. Like
I'm
those
not
guys.
up on my Sesame Street lore, I gotta say. It's been a while.
It's been a while, too.
It reminds me of the Swedish Chef, just how he moves around.
Do Swedish people like the Swedish Chef? Is he the Swedish Chef in Sweden? Or are they like, do they do a localization thing where like, this is the German chef?
That's what I want to know.
I think what would be really cool is if they did still the Swedish Chef, except they just make him speak in actual Swedish.
That's so like everyone else is speaking in English. He's the only character.
Yeah. He's the only one who actually just speaks in Swedish instead of just going bork bork bork.
Oh my god.
So yeah, Flumphs, despite being tiny, they can spray sticky goo on you, and I'm just going to leave room here for you two guys to make cum jokes. Go ahead, make piss and cum jokes.
All right.
They're squirters. And those squirters.
All right,
come on.
Why are we just gonna?
Why am I the only one who gets myself with just the word "cum"?
Times like this, I really remember that sometimes my mom listens to the show.
Oh, no. Great! Hey, Josh.
Hey.
Good times.
You know, we miss you.
You guys are closer to her than I am. Wait, I don't know if I like the situation. I'm sorry.
I don't like how you phrase that.
Yeah. I mean, physically, y'all are in the same city. So. Anyway.
We're in the state.
Fluffs can also be trapped because they're so top heavy. If you knock them over, they get stuck face down. Like a turtle. No. You got to turn them over.
Like a turtle?
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
And they're immune to psychic powers, and that's kind of it.
I see.
That's good.
Thoughts, feelings on these little freaks, these cute little guys.
I was looking at the Flump Magic the Gathering card.
Oh yeah, post it. I'm interested to see how they're translating all of that weird shit into one card.
It says here that they are a creature jellyfish.
Yeah.
They are defender and flying, and they have 0/4.
Yeah.
And it says whenever a Flumph is dealt damage, you and a target opponent each will draw a card.
That sounds about right, actually.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Card draw is like a blue power, right? It's a psychic power-ish.
They're one white. They're one colorless and one white.
That sounds perfect to me.
Yeah.
God, the card art's awful, like in a good way.
Yeah.
Is he like...
It's just like a bugbear or something fucking whiffing as he squirts goo on him.
Yeah.
And he's got his goofy little eyes rolling around. The Flumphs siphon thoughts and energy from evil aberrations, and are often eager to share the dark knowledge they obtain with friendly adventurers.
What's the charisma stat on a Flumph, John?
Let me pull it up for you quick. But I found a legendary Flump
That's
here.
No way.
He's a blue-white creature.
That's so funny.
The Flumph, legendary jellyfish wizard.
What?
The wisdom of Frath the Flumph.
Oh, he looks like he's wearing a cool coat.
Yeah, he's a wizard, Ryan. He graduated from wizard school.
That's cool.
You know what? Good for him. I'm proud
I
of
got
him.
a charisma of 11.
The wisdom of Wrath.
Yep.
What's
Fun,
your choice
cute,
of a hex
stupid.
proof or lifelink? Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Stupid in a unique way that I dig. Like,
you know what? I'm back. I think they're adorable.
Yeah, me too. I like that somebody designed a monster that you can defeat with by turning it over. Like, this is not a combat monster, and so few monsters in D&D are meant to be like chilled with or talked to. So I kind of like that this little guy is just like, oh dear, you gotta help me.
Oh,
I read an evil necromancer's thoughts, and all I can do is fart on him, and that's not enough this time, I'm afraid.
Usually that gets them to go away, but this one's a lot more involved. This guy really wants to rule the world and enslave humans.
You guys
also,
should
turn me
kick his
over?
ass.
I'm face down in this puddle.
God.
I don't like how in this card, in the legendary creature card for the Flumph, the description is put your choice of a hexproof or lifelink counter on target non-token creature. If you don't control that creature, draw a card.
Control?
What does that mean?
Yeah, it puts control twice.
That is weird. What would that mean in the context of
like,
MGP?
if you don't actually own this guy,
that are meant to.
Maybe it's just a typo, but it's just so funny to like. Just a thought where it's just like, if you don't control this guy, you have to draw a card.
Write us in, Magic the Gathering tournament judges. Tell us what the fuck that means.
Yeah, tell us what that actually means, because I need to know.
I'm sure it's just a typo.
Maybe.
All right, so for our cryptid portion, I had to find. There's nothing that quite fits. There's like some jellyfish. That it's always like one guy saw one thing one time. So I'm going to talk about like a bigger sort of jellyfish thing that used to show up a lot.
Ooh.
And is, I think, equally stupid. Have you ever heard of rods?
No.
Rods?
How about skyfish?
Skyfish?
Yeah.
No, never heard.
I think skyfish?
Google this, see if it comes back to you. Because like they used to be everywhere in the early 2000s.
Skyfish?
Yeah.
I feel like I've heard that before.
So these are like
oh, those things. Yeah, I've remembered these.
That come back to you? You just describe it for us. What are we looking at?
So, okay, skyfish. So they're like these things that appear in videos, right?
Yes,
like
you're hitting on an important point already.
Old VHS tapes that like are that look like flying worms, basically.
Right.
Yeah. Here.
Yeah.
Here's some great skyfish footage. Why don't you go ahead and look at that real quick?
They got like multiple wings or something that kind of like wiggle through the air. Or that wiggle as they move through the air.
I've posted a video of a haunted cat's butthole.
Oh yeah,
where skyfish flies out of it.
Yeah.
So rod, solar entity.
Yeah, sometimes called skyfish, sometimes called rods, sometimes called solar entities. As Julio said, they're sort of like long, translucent, flippy, flappy, wormy guys.
Yeah, that specifically are on like recordings.
Yeah, nobody has eyewitness, or at least very few people have like eyewitness rod sightings. It's like all cameras, which like maybe you're putting together a hypothesis before we get there, but so these were like unknown. These are like a new cryptid that came out of the woodwork in 1994. All right, nobody gave a shit about these things. Nobody had heard of them, but
they just showed up one day.
Yeah, a man by the name of Jose Escamilla captured them on his camera while he was looking for UFOs in Roswell. It's like, I think that already sets this shows you where we're coming from already.
Yeah.
Then rods got really popular. People saw rods at 9/11. Rods got huge in Japan. People were seeing rods all over. There's some famous Cave of the Swallows footage of somebody watching their friend's base jump, and oh man, they're just fucking covered in rods. There's just thick rods everywhere. Every video
Not
camera.
The rods.
Right.
From the mid 90s to the mid 2000s.
Dear God, not the rods.
So Jose made a fair amount of money. He went on a bunch of lecture tours, and he made a bunch of documentaries about the rods, and he did a bunch of newscasts.
Yeah.
He was the champion of the rods, they call him.
Yeah.
So here's the fall off. Are you guys ready for the big reveal? I mean, you could probably figure it out without me reading my script.
It's some kind of artifact thing, right, on the camera lens?
Yeah, 100%. It's just birds and bugs, which because early 2000s cameras suck, it stitched the frames together and makes them look like little wormy guys.
Yeah.
They just look weird because the frame rate wasn't high enough and the resolution wasn't clear enough to actually identify that it's a bird.
Yeah, and as cameras got better, rods started to fucking disappear.
Wow.
Where'd they go?
People are like, well, you can only see them on camera because the cameras have some quality the human eye doesn't. If the cameras are getting better and the rods disappear, probably just a fuck up, just an artifact, like you said.
No.
Yeah.
The rods are simply can only be captured at a certain frequency.
But that was not the death blow for the rods.
Okay.
You see, you guys ever heard of a show called Monster Quest?
Yeah, I remember Monster Quest.
You want to take a shot at
about Monster Quest?
Huh?
We talk about Monster Quest a lot.
Do we? Fuck.
Yeah, especially anytime we talk about Bigfoot.
It's because half the Monster Quest episodes are Bigfoot episodes because they're like, what cryptid lives here? And they're like, it's probably Bigfoot. Anywhere with woods is a Bigfoot.
Bigfoot city sightings.
We're in the middle of Utah, and what cryptid have we come across here? Bigfoot again. We're here in the swamp.
We're here in the swamp. What cryptids here in the swamp? Stinky Bigfoot.
It's Bigfoot, but he wears them big old fishing boots.
We're here in fucking Michigan. We're about as far away from the swamp and the desert and the Pacific Northwest as we can get. What cryptid do we think is here? I think it's a Bigfoot, but there's also a Dogman fighting Bigfoot.
It's really honestly, I'm not too sure about Bigfoot because we call it Bigfoot, but a lot of people claim that it's a large 7 to 8 foot ape type man with coincidentally larger than 9 to 10 shoe size feet. I can't make that claim, but we're just going to categorize it under Bigfoot.
Interesting. What do you call him?
It's Bigfoot. It's Bigfoot.
Disappointing. Okay.
Welcome. We're here in New York City. We're here in Queens.
Fucking joke, but I have seen people be like, there's Bigfoot on Long Island, on all the undeveloped mile of Long Island.
He's all over, man. He's all over.
He's just taking a tour around the U.S.
I think it's from
honestly I'm happy for him. I'm happy that he's actually seeing the States, you know?
Yeah. I think it's from American Monsters, who's I don't want to talk too much shit because I kind of like the author of that book, even though she was a little out there and crazy. I can't remember her name, but there's a bit in American Monsters where someone's like, "Yeah, I saw a Bigfoot in a flannel shirt. We were in the city. He got out of his fucking trailer, saw me, went back into his trailer and his mobile home."
We're here at Yellowstone National Park. Right here by the gate.
There's Nightcrawlers though in Yellowstone. Was it Yellowstone the Nightcrawlers?
I think there's the first Nightcrawlers video is somewhere in Fresno, and then there's a Nightcrawlers Yellowstone video. I think.
Ooh,
Yeah, you know those
That's
guys?
another story.
I almost get those guys for this episode, but I'm saving them. You want to do? They're pretty similar. You want to talk about Nightcrawlers?
Yeah,
We can do
let's
it.
talk about
A little
Nightcrawlers.
bit, sure.
Let me wrap up Rods real quick. The final point
go
is Monster Quest was like, hey, let's do a bunch of tests where we shake bushes with 90s cameras and see if we get rods. Great. What do we get on regular cameras? No rods. We got just ordinary bugs. What do we get on 90s cameras? Rods. Okay, rods are bugs. Done. And so that basically made them
solved.
When even like one of the like I don't want to say least skeptical, but when a not very hard to be skeptical show, fucking Mythbusters, Jamie Hyneman, Adam Savage is this shit. Like it's kind of donezo. Joe Rogan sucks. Joe Rogan is awful. And Joe Rogan publicly humiliated Jose Escamilla on stage at some paranormal event, made fun of the rods, and that was like the death blow.
That was it.
That's it. Now only I feel like the weirdest of weirdos believe in rods. They're basically extinct.
Yeah.
But they show up in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. They show up in Castlevania, and they show up in Pikmin.
Yeah.
So,
and you can fight him there.
Yep.
Wow.
I talked over you a little bit. Were you about to say something, Julio?
Oh man, they're like they're extinct. The first extinct cryptid.
Yeah. What do you? I cut that from the script, but I'll just ask it. Like, what do you want to? We could coin a term here. Like, what is an extinct cryptid? What is a cryptid that people no longer give a fuck about? Like, there's a few examples of it.
Huh? A few examples.
There's like other like people don't see sky beasts anymore.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I can't think of any off the top of my head, but there's a lot of cryptids that just like aren't popular anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
Like people used to see a lot of dinosaurs in the Southwest. Like ain't happening anymore.
I know what you call them. I guess
what's a good term for
a cryptid that nobody believes in anymore?
For cryptids that have lost their.
Maybe I don't know.
I might be appropriating a drag term. I don't know.
I don't know if we're gonna come up with one.
We're gonna crack it. Let's move on then. Tell me, let's speak of another little gelatinous, cute little white menace, the Fresno Nightcrawlers.
Yeah, those guys. I wonder. I love the. They look like a giant. They look like a pair of like white, like pants.
Yeah,
just
when you were a kid and you used to like, maybe I'm telling on myself. You ever like pull your sweatpants up to like your nose and then
maybe I know what you mean.
Sprint down the hall in the dark at a younger sibling to scare them. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
It does it? Yeah.
They're weird little dudes.
Yeah.
They're just pants.
Yeah,
they're walking around.
I do love these little pictures of them, though.
They're very...
where it's just a ghost with legs.
Yeah. They're just sort of pants. They're very unthreatening.
Yeah.
So the first sighting of them is, I don't have my notes in front of me, but it was like sometime in the 2010s, early 2010s. This is not a very recent cryptid. Somebody just got some spooky footage of a couple pairs of pants walking across his yard. One's bigger than the others, so some people are like, maybe it's the mama pants and the baby pants.
All right.
That's kind of it. They show up in Poland, and I think it was like somewhere in Yosemite, or what do we say? My wife drew a cool picture of one skateboarding.
Oh, sick!
I'll post it later.
Yeah.
Tell me Tell me your thoughts on these sick little dudes.
Looks like some people are trying to say that they're hoaxes, that they're just like a pair of pants or a puppet on.
They do feel kind of Muppety, and that original, all the camera footage of them is really fucking grainy. So it would not be hard to hide like strings. Like they move sort of like marionettes.
Yeah.
I kind of love how there's like a lot of different interpretations of how they may look.
Yeah.
How they may function.
They're really popular right now. Like I don't think anyone's seen.
Yeah,
I don't think anyone's seen them, but they're so cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're it's just how interesting and simple they are that makes them really cool.
Yeah, for real.
Where they're just a They look like just a giant pair of white pants that are strolling across a lawn.
Yeah. There was another crazy grainy footage, like alien sighting or whatever, where someone's like looking. It's like a CCTV, like looking at some like a forest, and there's some giant like alien looking creature out there.
Oh shit! I'd love to see that.
Let me see if I can find that one.
Other Fresno Nightcrawler stuff. What can we say?
I find it interesting that the original footage is at like a Dutch angle, so like everything is sort of tilted,
and it's like, not even a transfer; it's somebody filming their security camera. You know, like,
and it makes it even like just a little bit more like it gives it that little bit more oomph into like weird spookiness because it's like. There's these giant pairs of pants that are just kind of standing there.
Yeah,
completely.
It's fully like Five Nights at Fresno.
Yeah,
or like
Five Nights at Fresno's.
It's so brainy. It's like
you just see on the camera. There's just a pair of white pants that are just standing there waiting for you to look away.
Like they do the jump scare, but you don't get got because they're just pants that can't do shit to you.
Yeah. They just put themselves on you, and then you become the pants.
Okay, well, that sounds scary. Hold on.
Wouldn't that be wild if they actually, like, consumed people?
I mean, maybe they do. Let's, not to toss David Copface a bone.
Right?
Not to top... Okay, listen. I'm about to spin a conspiracy theory.
Okay.
So, in Missing 411, which is, it's David Copface sucks. He's a fucking right-wing shill. He's not very good at data science. All that shit. He got fired from being a police officer for doing a weird autograph charity scam. He's bad. He he was like, "Hey, we're doing this charity for people at the police at our office." I think it was also Fresno. Might have been San Jose. Weird connection.
Wow. All right.
But in this book, it's like people mysteriously go missing from the woods all the time. Here are, there's a point of separation. They're often near water. They're often near boulders. We can't do the whole thing. But one of this isn't just a normal disappearance. This is a missing 411 is that like people come back with their clothes on wrong or their clothes are found left behind and they're gone. Like they've taken off their warm layers, even though it was freezing. And if you know anything about hypothermia, probably because of paradoxical undressing, where when you start to die of hypothermia, you feel like you're getting too hot, even though you're freezing.
Yeah.
But what if, Ryan? What if you're right, and Fresno Nightcrawlers are out there in the national parks, taking off people's pants and becoming their pants, and then disappearing them somehow?
They're disappearing them. Well, like it would capture them, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Capture them all the way up to like waist up, and then it would force them to walk away.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's a point of separation.
Yeah. and then they consume them in their den.
Which is why you never find much evidence.
Exactly. Maybe a shirt or something.
Yeah. It's perfect.
It doesn't consume the clothes because the clothes are non-edible to them.
Yeah, it spits them out like a moth pellet or like an owl pellet.
Oh.
We did it. New conspiracy theory. Fuck you, David Plaitis. It's ours now.
We win. That would be very spooky, though.
It would be spooky.
And they just walk around.
They just walk you around until you died of exhaustion.
Wow. Exactly. Oh, that'd be really brutal. If they capture you and then they force you to walk until you die.
Yeah. Done and dusted.
Yeah. Wow. Done and dusted. Once you've died of exhaustion, dehydration, what have you, then it consumes you, and then it pushes out the clothing.
Yeah.
That's it. You've been Fresno'd.
You got Fresno'd.
You've been Fresno Nightcrawlered.
Keep your pants on.
God, I'm seeing some like Fresno Nightcrawler as I try to find that original video. I'm seeing a lot of Fresno Nightcrawler cosplay.
Yeah,
it's just somebody pulling their white sweatpants all the way up to their eyes.
Hell yeah!
Perfect cryptid. Love them. Mwah.
Oh man.
Rods, no thank you. Fresno Nightcrawlers, gimme.
Yeah. Bring it on, baby.
Let's see. I got one more little idiot monster we can run through real quick.
Okay.
I'd love to hear it.
All right, have you heard of a Fomorian?
Fomorian?
Yeah.
No.
Hey, have you read much Irish mythology? Because that's what this little guy is.
A little bit. Oh. I know a little bit of Irish mythology.
All right, so in D&D, there are a bunch of giants. They're evil giants that used to rule the Feywild.
Wow.
And they used to be like, just like elves, they used to be like handsome and perfectly built and all that jazz.
Mm-hmm.
But because they wanted to conquer all the Feywild, all the fairies and elves and shit, and satyrs and centaurs, teamed up and cursed them.
Huh. Okay.
So they put the magical smackdown on them, and they're like, you're gonna be as ugly on the outside as you are on the inside, and it made them look all ugly.
Not again.
Not again? Ryan, how many times is this?
They've
How many
overcome
times have you
the
tried to conquer the Feywild?
No comment.
If we ever do merge, like, I tried to conquer the Feywild twice, and all I got was this dumb t-shirt.
I love it.
So, now they are giants that can hit you with the evil eye.
Ooh. What kind of evil eye? Just any kind?
It's a DC 14 charisma save. If you fail, you get nuked.
Oh man.
Okay.
And they have a second. And, yeah, I mean it's just a ton of damage. And if you they also have another ability, which is not the evil eye, but the curse of the evil eye. Okay.
Okay. Maybe I'm following, maybe I'm not. But...
Yeah, it's not confusing at all. So, like, this time they curse you, and if you fail this save, you get the Fomorian curse. So
Okay.
they uglify you, and they twist your body, and it gives you disadvantage on basically all strength and dexterity rolls.
Oh, wow.
Kind of an interesting debuff,
That's
I
pretty
think.
good.
I think there might be some, like, player man bummerhood when you're like, yeah, this giant looks at you, you get real ugly. You're gonna have a bad time for the rest of the session. You suck at doing anything physical now. But it's not like death, it's not petrification, it's unique. I kinda like it. I don't know.
That's funny. That's funny for like a story purposes, I guess.
You just become hideous.
You become disgusting. So like that's all it is in D&D. I like giants, I like cyclopses, I like trolls. I think these guys like fit there as like another like a boss monstery guy.
Yeah.
So if you give them the ability to look at you funny, and I mean look at you funny.
Yeah.
John's all for it.
I wish I had a snare drum. That was perfect. These fuckers, they come from Celtic myth. And so they were initially evil creatures that lived underground or under the sea. And then like they maybe got conflated with the Vikings because there started to be these stories of like the Fomorians showing up to Ireland to like raid a bunch of stuff, and like, man, you know what the Vikings loved?
Pillaging,
specifically Ireland, because it had a lot of Catholic churches, which meant a lot of pacifists and a lot of gold. So easy to steal shit from, but nobody fought back.
Wow.
It's so crazy. They got all this gold, and they practically do not fight for any of it.
Yeah. Easy money.
Oh, man.
But in other stories, they're like the elder gods of Ireland. They're the first inhabitants of Ireland before people get there. So like they're sort of, and in other stories they're like Ireland's first gods. So like before even the gods of the Irish people show up in Ireland and make the Irish people, these guys are there. So they're sort of like I don't know, there's like some Lovecraft vibe. There's some like, you know how in like Greek mythology you have the Titans, which are like basically gods, but they're also kind of giants.
Yeah.
And in Norse mythology, you have the Jotun, who are like, well, they're giants, literally, but they also have all the same powers as the gods and kind of match them toe to toe.
Yeah, that is funny.
It's the same shit.
Yeah.
They're born from the same cloth.
Yeah. It's almost like there's some sort of like connection between the Irish and the Norse somehow.
The classic.
Yeah.
Anyway, they're supposed to be real ugly, which their D&D counterparts got. In some stories, they have goat heads. In some stories, they only have one arm or one leg.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it didn't slow them down none.
They powered on through. Like the champs they are.
Yeah, they conquered Ireland multiple times. Like I said, they got through raiding things. And they had a king whose name was Baelor, which is extra confusing because that's now a demon in D&D.
Yeah.
And he was the guy who had a big Sauron eye that he would use to curse people or blow shit up, depending on the story.
Ooh.
Okay.
So he was like the king of the Hebrides. He was the champion of the Fomorians, and he had that evil eye. Sometimes, like I said, this was like one big eye. Sometimes it was his third eye. R.I.P. Akira Toriyama. He had the TN death beam. You know what I'm talking about?
You got that fucking triangle.
Toriyama for a minute?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I'm not a huge Dragon Ball Z guy, but he seems like a good dude.
Yeah.
Obviously, his work was incredibly influential.
Yeah, very. It
got me.
It did. It got me today. Actually, I was at Walmart and buying cereal, and there's a Reese's Puffs box with Goku on it. I'm like, I'm buying that.
Oh hell yeah!
And you had to for the man.
Yeah.
Not even just for the man. I mean, like, you see Goku on a box, and you're just like, I need that.
You know all those studies where they're like, more kids can recognize Ronald McDonald and can recognize Jesus.
Oh, yeah. I believe it.
Like, those were done, I don't know how long, years ago, before we were born, probably. I'd love to see how many people recognize Goku.
Yeah.
A ton. You'd be like, that's Goku.
Yeah. I mean, again, I know it's just like wildly influential and just like, like a lot of like Latino culture and obviously throughout a lot of Japan and stuff like that, a lot of East Asia, I
think that's my favorite thing in the whole world is how much Latin America and
Dragon Ball Z,
and like just all of South America just have this huge love for Dragon Ball Z and everything that it's such a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it is.
Like my favorite one is the daughter who recorded like a bunch of TikTok videos of her dad, and he has so much Dragon Ball stuff, and it's so wholesome. I love it. Like their love for it will be unmatched.
Yeah. I would not be surprised. You know how like Detroit got a fucking RoboCop statue instead of fixing anything? Yeah. I would not be surprised if some place in Latin America or something gets like a Goku statue.
Dude, like they got murals everywhere.
Also, Vegeta is such a good Lancer archetype that now the Lancer archetype is basically named the Vegeta. Like, there's a real shithead energy that everybody loves, where it's like, I used to be the bad guy, but now I'm helping the good guys for selfish, stupid reasons, and I'm a fuck up. Which is why the good guys made me in the first place, but now I'm fucking up for the good guys. Like, mwah.
But I'm improving myself and getting better bit by bit.
I'm trying to learn how to not be a dirtbag, but it's hard because I'm a dirtbag.
I will fight the good guy simply because I want to fight the good guy.
Yeah.
And if that becomes a detriment, that's not my problem.
R.I.P. to the over 9,000 meme, just like a pillar of cultures all across the planet.
Yeah.
Pillar of the internet.
R.I.P. to every single stupid Goku versus Superman fight argument I've ever been in.
Yeah. Those are great. Oh, man.
Those are great. Bless you, Akira Toriyama. May you carry on in heaven on Snake Way.
Yeah.
I hope you make your way out. I hope you get to chill with Joe Siegel and what's his name, Schuster, the Superman creators.
Yeah.
You guys get to have a long, interesting discussion.
Yeah. That'd be great.
Oh
man.
I don't know, man. Crazy influential. We should all be so lucky, right? Like, insane.
For real. Oh man. Okay, but I guess what were we talking about?
Fomorians.
Fomorians.
Do you want to talk? Like, there's not much left for them. Do we want to talk more about Toriyama? You want to share some stories or something?
What do you think? What about you, Ryan?
Like, I remember watching Toonami back in the 99 to, well, I guess around 98 to 2005, where they had Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball on like regular rotation during the TV
back
block.
in the day, the golden age.
Yeah, back in the day where they had nice animated blocks of television.
Back on cable.
And they weren't the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
I mean, like, they were reruns, but they weren't like what
you could tell a sequential story like Dragon Ball or some other great action
they
cartoons.
weren't like a Teen Titans Go for 8 hours of the day kind of like animated, like kind of block of syndicated television. No, it was like you had Dragon Ball Z, and sometimes you got 2 episodes of the day, and like it was one of the, it was the second introduction, maybe third introduction into like anime, because I remember I got Ronin Warriors, which also, like, thanks to Cartoon Network for kind of
who was the exec at Cartoon Network who's like, this shit's gonna be big, trust me.
I forgot who was
greenlit
in
Dragon
charge.
Ball. Like, that dude must be
like I don't know, but whoever was working the anime block over there, like, bless them too, because they brought that shit to America, and they brought it hard.
They did.
Yeah, so it was Ronin Warriors and Gundam, but Dragon Ball was a huge one because Dragon Ball had me, my brothers, and cousins. Like, we watched that shit like almost religiously. We loved that. We were all in it.
Before we get too far off of Gundam, in New Zealand, which is like I was in New Zealand for when this shit was like for sitting the airwaves, they had a commercial for Gundam with fucking Linkin Park's.
Oh my
crawling.
God! Yeah,
I'm like, it's the most like. What? How old would I have been? Like 2003 thing. I can imagine.
12
like
or 13.
12 or 13.
Oh,
yeah, because it was like
the
Iraq War had just happened. Was my other big memory association with Gundam,
God.
and I was like, oh, Gundam's saying something really smart here. I like that the Iraq War is bad, and Gundam is saying, war is bad.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm glad you caught on to the direct message of Gundam.
Yeah.
Which is like every Gundam series, which is war is bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've seen the meme. It's war is bad goes over the heads of people who view it, and
cool
all the people
robot.
see is cool robot. Yeah. But I mean, the Gundam with the Linkin Park, that had to most likely be Gundam Wing.
It was certainly Gundam Wing.
Gundam
but like
Wing
that's
great.
such a
Gundam Wing was so angsty.
That's such a time capsule. It's such like a perfect, like, it's 2003 in a fucking 30-second condensed like pill form.
Yeah. It's a drop of distilled 2000s energy.
Yeah.
Like if you let that touch your tongue, you would explode into like hair over one eye.
Yes. Got my Hot Topic clothes. Got my and it wasn't just that it was Gundam Wing, and it wasn't just that it was Toonami. It was that it was somebody who's describing animation as Japanimation. Like anime hadn't even like hit as a term yet. People were just like, what do we call cartoons? What do we call kind of adult cartoons from Japan?
Yeah.
Honestly, just a lot of great memories. Like, they gave out Toonami back in the day, and they had the fucking really deep voice announcer guy who would always talk about all of the anime.
Voice for Jet Black too, I think.
I think
you're probably right.
It was the same guy.
So.
What's his name?
Oh gosh,
Jet Black.
He's a great voice actor.
Yeah.
What is? Bo Billingsley, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah,
Might be.
Bo Billingsley.
Yeah, Bo Billingsley.
We love a good voice actor.
He's great.
But gosh, yeah, his voiceover for all of the like anime bumps for Toonami was awesome.
Yeah.
Just incredible. And also,
I mean, again, just boom. Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball.
Dragon
Great fight
Ball.
action. Very inspiring for animation for me. And then of course Gundam too, because it's just like, wow, you can draw a whole fucking robot with that much detail and still make it move and look good.
Yeah.
Also, was it G Gundam? Was like all the countries have Gundams?
Yeah, G Gundam was a
Perfect.
good one.
Yeah. So I love Tequila Gundam.
Yeah.
Oh no, Tequila Gundam is so good.
So great.
Like G Gundam was so weird because it was an alternate universe kind of thing, and like it didn't take itself seriously like most of the War's Bad Gundam series.
I love that the American Gundam was a football playing boxer.
Yeah.
Somebody was like, "What's America?"
Yeah. Football players. He has a 6-shooter, and when he really gets serious, his football pads fly off and they become boxing gloves.
Yeah.
Oh, and he comes in on a surfboard.
Yeah. Again, like I can't even be upset.
You can't even be upset.
That kind of stereotyping. I'm like, yeah, you got me.
You got me. That's everything I love.
Yeah.
Then there's Gundam France, which was Napoleon Gundam.
Yeah, Napoleon Gundam was pretty
good. It had the big cloak over one side.
The pyramid one, Pharaoh Gundam. Anyway, go watch G Gundam.
Yeah, G Gundam was pretty great. Gundam.
Very good time.
The voice acting doesn't hold up, but you know,
of course not.
It's what it is.
I still love it. The over the top cheesy, just like call outs of their moves.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and the anime classic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just.
Oh, I fucking found the pivot. By the way, sorry. Continue. I'm a genius. Hold on.
Just Domon's yell out of whenever he does the shining finger.
Shining finger. It's stuck in my head.
Yeah.
Oh, good times.
There he goes. Oh god. I'm trying to remember the whole thing, but it's like I just remember the end where he goes, "Take it, my pain, it's like my pain, my anger, and all of my sorrow."
Fuck yeah, dude!
And then he throws his fucking
when you're 13,
big old
that hits.
Yeah, super heated hand that crushes skulls, and you're just like, yeah,
that hits.
It's anyway, so good.
All right, so here's how here's the pivot. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Here's how we get back. I'm so smart. Here's how we get back to Fomorians to close it out. Check this out. In the fucking Irish myth, where the Tuatha De Danann, who are like the gods of Ireland, have to fight the Fomorians for Ireland, there was literally a fucking Toonami-ass summer fucking Namek Frieza versus Goku power-up 3-month scene.
Hell yeah.
So like, at the Battle of Magtuar, Balor kills the Tuatha King. But to like finish the battle, he's got to charge up his fucking Doomai, which means he's got to like he's got to sit there and scream. It's fucking straight out of Dragon Ball Z.
Hell yeah.
He's got to charge his power. He's charging up while he's close to hitting Super Fomorian Saiyan level 3 or whatever it's called.
That's what it is.
His grandson Lu, who switches sides to the Tuatha De Danann, because of a lady in most stories, is like, oh no, that's my dad. That's my dad's super move. If he does that, we're all gonna lose. So he runs up to his dad while he's charging up, and he fucking uses the sling. The David and Goliath special critically hits him in the eye, kills him.
Wow.
Whoa. I mean, hey, if David and Goliath has taught us anything, a sling with a really sharp rock really kind of does most of what you need to do.
I guess if you want to kill a giant, like, it's weird that a little guy with a sling killed a giant. It's weird that it happened twice. It's not a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice.
Yeah. I'd have 2 nickels.
Anyway, so Balor falls over, his huge body falling over kills 28 other Fomorians because it's so big.
Whoa.
Wow. This dude's jacked.
And yada yada yada. Now Ireland is Ireland.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Wow.
Steal that. That's I was gonna go on a thing about like, hey, the idea that there's these ruined Fomorian cities that are fucking cursed by the elves that are horrible to go into underground in the fairy dimension. That sounds like a good dungeon. I'm changing it. Give your Fomorian a super eye attack, and have him do a freeze to charge up, and let your players scramble to finish it. That's my tip for this one.
That'd be great. Yeah. Oh man.
Oh yeah, Frieza did kind of do that. He was gonna blow up the planet.
Yeah, right. And also, like, Goku's got the spirit bomb, and there's
yeah. Oh man. Well, thank you, John.
There's a lot of first episode back energy on my part.
It's all good.
It's good.
We're all on first episode energy.
Yeah, I'm a little winded, a little tired.
I guess maybe this gives people too much information, but this is also like we just had daylight savings, so we all fucking lost an hour of sleep.
Yeah, we did. Oh man, I kind of cut up on it last night, but we're good. We're okay.
We'll make it, and you know what? You'll make it with us, dear listener.
Yeah. Oh man, thank you for listening.
If you too are suffering from daylight savings time, know that we are right there with you.
Yeah.
Though when you hear this, it'll probably be weeks from now. But if you're still suffering, we're there with you.
Yeah. And I'm throwing my hands up, listener. I'm giving you my energy, spirit bomb style. All right,
the spirit bomb style.
We'll make it to you in like 3 to 4 weeks.
Oh man, thank you for listening, listener. Buy us a coffee. Check out our Redbubble. Yeah, we'd appreciate it. Leave a comment. Hit us up on wherever you're listening. Leave us a review. We'll shout you out. And yeah, we'll catch you guys next time. Oh, thank you, Jesse Sanders, for making our music.
Hold
Buy us a coffee.
You already said that.
I said that.
Okay, well, hey, kick some points.
Jesse Sanders,
I just gave up all my energy, remember?
Thank you.
It's okay.
Yeah, that's true. He gave up his energy.
Oh, man. But we'll see y'all next time. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye-bye.